What's going on, guys? Going to tell you a little bit more about my process and how I kind of think about eBay. But the main thing we're going to talk about today is clueless sellers. Clueless sellers. We're going to take a look at what's potentially destroying the prices on the sports car market and destroying the hobby. Don't know if I agree with that, but that's what we're going to talk about today. So a while back, I posted a video about Burbank when they dropped the prices on some of their cars to 99 cents and what it was doing to the market. It was pretty controversial. Lots of good conversation in the comments. And Troy must have just recently watched that video because he said it's not just Burbank destroying the market, it's also clueless sellers. The clueless sellers that are selling their items for dirt cheap prices are crashing the market. They're costing themselves and other sellers a lot of money. They're just destroying the market. Do I agree with that? I don't know. Let's talk about it, see what I think. Before I get into that comment, I just want to mention the setup. You know, we moved things around a little bit after the last couple of videos. Sorry, it took a couple of videos because I told you I'm kind of batch filming now to help with my new schedule. The reason why I changed things a little bit was, if you remember the last couple of videos, if you watched, there was like a soda can right here. And that soda can, it drew my attention nonstop in every video that's come out, like nonstop. And it was driving me crazy. It's kind of like when I used to have the clock here and the flickering drove some of you crazy. It got your attention. It was kind of like just something on the screen that drew you. And I felt like that soda can was doing that. So I got rid of that. My soda's over here now, even behind my scanner, and hopefully there's nothing right here distracting you. Now what I've got there is my laptop tucked in the corner. The reason why I've got that is so I can read on some of these questions and comments as we're going through the videos. So that's the little change we got today. So now to this comment. Troy, you are completely right. There are a lot of clueless sellers who just want to make a quick sale, just like Burbank does, and they just almost give away cards. They lower their prices so low just to get that sale, get it out the door. Listen, don't fault anybody for what they sell, what their business model is, or how they want to go about it. And, you know, it is what it is. It's what they do. My business is to succeed regardless of what they do. I'll let them sell their cards low while I just, wait for the right buyers. That does not bother me. Not at all. But on that same thing, I'm now, like we've talked about, I'm opening cases. I'm trying to sell cards from those cases opening day, opening weekend, that those cases come out. And if you've sold in that space, you know how much, those cards drop in value within days. I know people will say it's supply and demand. Now that you have more cards up, the buyers are going to pay less. So supply and demand. But that's not necessarily the case. A lot of it is people are trying to recoup their money on those boxes and cases so quickly that, what are they doing? They're undercutting the next seller to have the lowest price up there to sell theirs quicker, to make their money back on their box quicker. This affects the entire market because what happens is, as that supply increases, the prices continue to drop because more sellers see, oh, this is the lowest price now. I got to go a little lower. And it's just an endless cycle over the first few days. It's a reason why if you're going to open cases and sell the cards from those cases, you've got to be first. You got to be up that weekend. You got to not waste any time. Just dedicate yourself to getting those items up, because the market's going to crash quick. And part of it is because of sellers just undercutting everything and wanting to make their buck back. I don't fault them. We put out a lot of money for these cases. That Topps Heritage case, I paid a little under $1,200 for. I think I paid $1,150. Was it $1,150 maybe? So I want to make my money back quick on it. Yes. When I was up pricing my cards, first batch I listed, I didn't undercut, by dollars, by $5, that you see some people do. If I see 45, 45, 50, 48, I actually went, around 47, 48 for a card, if it was that price. I didn't want to be the lowest, because ideally I'm hoping the lowest card, since it's a new release, sells quick, and then people now go to my card. That's the hope. But a lot of those cards I found the next day, I'm completely repricing. Some cards I did sell right away, made a nice little bit, and those cards are now worth a fraction of the price. But I don't know if I'd call people clueless sellers, because they're just trying to make some money and make their money back and capitalize while the market's hot. But yeah, it's tough because people just keep undercutting the market. But it's all right. That's what it is. Okay, so if you're new here, those are the kind of topics we cover. And we also go over my processes, and I answer questions to try to help you become better sports card sellers on eBay. If I can, not all my information is good, but some of you guys have gotten a lot of help from me. So if you're new here, this is the stuff that interests you, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can keep seeing more of these videos. So ABC has a good question. He wants to know, what do I think takes more time? Is it uploading my photos from my laptop when making an eBay listing, or uploading the photos from my phone? That's a good one. That is an interesting question. What do I think is the quickest? Is it more time consuming to upload pictures from your laptop or your phone? I'm really not sure on that one. It's something I've debated and wondered, but I haven't gone through and tested yet. Your comment, it's kind of making me want to go test that now. Now, if I'm using my scanner and then uploading cards individually, it's 100% faster on the computer because those aren't on my phone. And I actually find it quicker just to take all the cards in the scan, upload them to Card Dealer Pro, and even if the set, like a Topps Heritage, isn't on Card Dealer Pro yet, it's quicker for me to just modify everything instead of listing each of those cards individually. But kind of to look at when I take pictures of cards on my phone, that's usually, foils, expensive cards that I don't want to throw through a scanner. What would be quicker? I don't really know. I know I like taking them on my phone, starting the process on the computer of listing, and then just say upload from mobile. And I get the notification on my phone. I go in, I do it. Because I don't list on my phone. The process is quick to me, but it does feel like it could be more efficient. How to do that, I'm not sure. Now, there are times too where if I've taken pictures of 50 cards, I'll transfer those to my computer and work that way. And that way I feel like that's also pretty quick. But the time-consuming part is actually just the file transfer from my phone to my computer. Big reason for that. Got over 4,000 pictures on my phone. So every time I go on my computer and hook my phone up to transfer them, it's got to go through and load all those pictures to be able to select the pictures I want. And, for it to load 4,000 pictures, it takes some time, usually a couple minutes. So would it be quicker to use my phone? I'm not sure. But what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a note on that one, mental note, and test that out, because that is actually, it's a pretty interesting one. And I'm not sure the answer. And when I'm not sure of an answer on something, trust me, I want to figure it out. So I think I'm going to do that. Thanks for the question, ABCD, and thanks for, giving me something to think about and try out. Views. That's right, views. That's what everybody is so worried about lately on eBay, is how many views they get for their listing. Me, all I care about is one view, and that's the view that's going to make the sale. But Axiom wants to know, when I list thousands of cards at a time from Card Dealer Pro, do I notice there's a lot of listings with 0 views? I think he's probably trying to get at, are listings disappearing or just not being shown because you listed so many at once? Not sure, but let's go talk about that topic. So since we're talking about Card Dealer Pro, I'm going to jump to this question from Axiom. He's asking about eBay views. When you're using Card Dealer Pro and you upload all of those listings at once, do you notice a ton of 0 views? Yes and no. It all depends on the cards. I truly don't notice a difference on eBay between views, regardless of how I list. If it's using Card Dealer Pro, if I do them manually, if I do a small batch of, bulk uploads. And the reason is I don't really notice is I don't really pay attention to views. For me, the views mean nothing. When I do upload a ton at once, I know my impressions go through the roof, which theoretically do lead to more views. But to notice a big difference in views, I have not. And even looking at individual cards and the view count on those cards, don't really notice. I've only looked a couple times. But I stopped looking at eBay views on specific listings because I just don't trust eBay's number. I don't know if views are being accurately accounted for. So it's just something I don't even bother looking at. Do the views go up in my dashboard when I'm looking at traffic? Yeah, they go up. They go up some. And part of that is because you just listed a ton more cards. Those cards are now at the top of the search algorithm after sponsored. But they're up there more for people to see. You theoretically do get more views. Sometimes it could be a little bit. Sometimes it could be a lot. But it changes. But again, even with impressions and the views, at the end of the day, they don't matter much to me because they don't equal sales. What's going to equal the sale is finding the right buyer for the right card at the right time. Doesn't matter how many impressions I get. Doesn't matter how many views I get. There's not a buyer wanting that card at that time. They're not going to buy it, no matter how many views you get for it. A lot of times, people are just browsing around looking at different cards. It just might not be the card they want at that moment. The impressions are nice, more eyeballs. But again, eyeballs don't mean you're going to find the person that wants that card or wants the card at the price you have it. So for me, that really doesn't make much of a difference. So yeah, when it comes to the views, I haven't noticed a big difference, but again, that's because that's not something I'm actually looking for. I'm just concentrating on scanning, listing, shipping. I concentrate on those 3 things. The sales are going to come. Scan my cards, make them look high quality, list as many as I can at a given time, and then ship promptly where people are getting a quick return on what they bought. They'll come back, metrics look good, and hopefully eBay keeps pushing more impressions and therefore hopefully more sales at some point. That's how I kind of look at things.